Welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast, where we talk about how to be a better lifter, how to be a better coach, and everything in between. Make sure you subscribe and enjoy.
Hello, and welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast. Our podcast is sponsored by the lovely people at Establishment Coffee. So if you want 25% off your order and free shipping, head to establishmentcoffee.com.au and use the code 025. Were you allowed to talk about what happened at Establishment yesterday?
Yeah, go buy coffee off them. They need it.
Yeah, go and support them. They had a they had a fire out the back yesterday, so everyone's okay, but it was pretty scary. So yeah, go and show them some love and support. They're open today.
It's crazy. I go away for 2 weeks and
everything falls apart.
James breaks ribs. Bridget breaks her neck. CJ panics, runs to the Philippines,
and the cafe burns down.
burns down.
I was gone before you.
And Buddy hurt his poor little legs.
But he's torn his ligaments.
Yeah.
Just the world's
Such
falling
a gym
apart.
injury for a gym dog. Hey?
I know. I know.
Thomas was saying that they're both going to go into surgery at the same time.
Yeah. I've got a surgeon's appointment next week, and
Really?
it'll be funny if I get surgery and he gets surgery at the same time. Both be in rehab together. Get him a little doggy wheelchair while I'm in crutches.
Yeah, the boys. Well, what are you guys grateful for?
CJ.
It has to be family again.
Nice. Well, he's got a. Oh, now that he's car guy, it's family.
It's family every week.
Family. Yeah. I realized how much I miss my family going over there. So it's such a weird thing because it'd been 5 years since I'd last been in the Philippines. So it's such a time skip. Everyone that's small is like significantly bigger. Like it's a lot of life in 5 years and you feel like you've missed a lot. And the most daunting thing about leaving is like you're saying goodbye, but you don't know when you're coming back and you don't know where everyone's going to be at, or, you know, I'm looking at like new nieces and I'm like, oh, I don't know how big you're going to be next time I see you. Like it's pretty scary, but yeah, love them to bits, and hopefully I can see them more soon and we won't have another pandemic that keeps me from going over there.
Don't say that.
Oh gosh. But yeah, family.
Nice.
It's a weird thing of growing up a bit, is being on the other end of people saying to you, oh, the last time I saw you, you were this big. And you're like, I don't know you. I didn't know you then. and I don't know you now because I'm just meeting you because I don't remember when I was that. And then as you get older and older, you find yourself saying that to people all the time in your family or extended family or whatever.
I used to change your nappy when you were a baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit weird.
I don't remember.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
I'm fine now.
Yeah. Because it's weird. Like some of my cousins that I am close to, because we were the same age, the last time I saw them, we were teenagers. So I remember them as a teenager. So then now seeing them now, I'm like, oh, wow, you're nearly 30. And I'm like, I'm nearly 30. Like, we're the same age. But my memory of you is like also me as a teenager as well. So it's, super weird.
Yeah, for sure. James, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my health. I think I've said that heaps, but so I broke my ribs a couple weeks ago, and I'm so grateful for this injury because every other injury I've had has been like a huge rehab process. So like when I snapped my Achilles both times, you know what I mean? You're in a moon boot for so long.
Yeah.
So you're limited in what you can do. And then after you get out of the moon boot, it's like, okay, sweet, another 6 to 9 months of rehab before you can actually do anything. Like the good thing about a broken rib is after 8 weeks, it's kind of just life's back to normal.
Yeah. So it's a catch-22. It's like you can't do anything to make it better in the moment. You can't rehab. You're not really doing any exercises, but it just kind of goes away. And then you're back to normal.
Well, that's why I'm so like, normally I get really upset or something when I have an injury, but I couldn't really care less. I'm like, sweet, 8 weeks, back to normal.
And how long's it been now? 2?
This Sunday will be week 3.
Yeah, nice.
So I started lifting a little bit, just real light this week. Real careful with what I do. But yeah, so I'm grateful for my health.
Nice.
Bridget?
I am grateful for SBD because the same as James, I've got an injury as well, disc protrusion in my neck, and I haven't been able to do it for a few weeks. And I didn't think I would miss it this much. But I'm back. I'm front squatting, trap bar deadlifting, and flat back Larsen press.
Nice.
So, yeah, some variations, which is very cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
Keeping the shins healthy, protecting from the
I know.
from the trap bar, just in case.
From scraping.
Tom, bro, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for CJ. I got the worst haircut of my life in
No, it was good.
Barcelona.
I thought it looked cool.
So I'm grateful to be back. It's the one. It's like the little things that you forget about when you travel. Is like your creature comforts. You expect certain things to be different. You know, like you expect, I don't know, toilets and showers and currency and mannerisms to be different. But then you forget about the stuff that you do on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis. And you're like, oh yeah. And now I have to go find someone to cut my hair, and I'm quite precious about how I look. Especially when I've had exactly the same look for like, I don't know, 7 years. Look in the mirror and I look different. What's that?
Do you know what's fucked? So while CJ was away, just on top of that, I went to go book in, because I'm real fussy with who cuts my hair as well. So I went to go book in with one of my favorite barbers. But the last time I've seen him would have been 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And obviously everything's fucking 10 times more expensive now.
Is this John?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't. Now, but like, it's $85 for like a
haircut
and beard.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's like women's prices though. That's what we've been paying forever. So
Yeah, but when I first moved to Aussie, it was
How
20.
often do you trim your hair?
Wait, that's cheap for a woman.
like for
that
a
is-
haircut,
that is
that's just
cheap.
for a cut.
That
But
is
yeah, I
cheap.
used to pay. I won't tell you what I used to pay to get my hair done. It was
But women's
ridiculous.
cut's easy, just scissors and you go bang.
It's not.
No,
can't
it all
do
depends. What if they want a layered cut?
No, they never
yes,
want that.
I
Nah.
used to get layered cuts.
Yeah, layers.
They never
Got-
want that.
treat the split ends. You do scalp treatment.
They
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
want
if you
it.
get foils,
Get foils.
curls. There's
It's
a lot that goes
hundreds.
into it, Jay.
Hundreds.
You just get a fade. Done.
You
Exactly.
just get a fade.
Well, you'd think it would be simple, but in Spain, obviously not so much. At least it was only like $16.
You would have
But
been
I guess you get what you pay for.
It wasn't that bad. We were talking about it. We saw a photo.
Yeah, no, photos didn't do it.
Yeah, no, you look good,
Yeah,
bro.
it looked cool.
Yeah, I was like,
You looked kind of scary, like mean.
Oi, I used
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No, I thought the muscle doc was handsome and jacked, but I was like, fuck, I think Thomas is actually more handsome and jacked.
No.
yeah, it looked like an army haircut.
I reckon it looks sick, bro. I like that better than your normal cut. Like the length, the short. I want to see Tom Bro with like a short fade, like a line up, maybe a few lines in there.
Few lines.
Yeah, looking real Lebanese.
Damn. Can't do it. Can't do it.
All right, do you guys have any quotes?
Oh, no.
I'll start. This one's from Carlo over at the cafe establishment. He's the man as well, and he always gives me quotes. So I better read this one out today because he actually listens and watches all the podcasts. So Carlo, this is for you. He even wrote it down and brought it over to me. If your path demands you to walk through hell, walk like you own the place.
Damn. That's awesome.
That is cool.
I'm gonna write
That
that.
is very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
shout out Carlo and Kim.
Cut to everyone Googling a quote right now.
No. I was
writing that down.
I thought I saved one. I saw one on Instagram, and you had actually liked it. And
Yeah.
and it was a good quote, but I didn't save it. So I
Was
probably
it a
looked.
funny one?
No, I think it was a serious one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you got CJ?
Um,
Googling
It's not.
motivational quotes.
No, I wrote this down ages ago. It's not really a quote, but it's more like a statement. It says, "I hope you win the war you tell no one about."
Ooh.
And
I like
thought,
that.
That's really cool.
Wait, did that come to you or did it?
No, that didn't come to me. No, I saw it somewhere and I wrote it down. I have like a notes thing full of quotes that I just write down.
Wait, so
And
then why do you struggle every week to come up with a
because
quote?
I haven't picked one, so I'm going through with what I haven't used. I'm writing down that Carlo one now. That I love that.
Yeah, it's a goodie. He actually wrote, if your path demands you to walk through hell, walk like you own the place, in brackets, or the fucker. I don't know what
Like, no, it means he's saying, or you can replace the place with you
the fucker.
own the fucker.
If you really want to
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
I
no.
just found a good one. I literally just Googled quotes and this one came up. It's got a picture of Albert Einstein, but I don't think it's his quote. But it says, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious."
That's
Ooh.
nice.
I really like that.
That was actually Dalai Lama.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he's
Yeah.
he's cancelled now anyway.
Yeah.
He's sucking tongues. the
Yeah.
weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Not in your religion, eh, CJ?
Oh my
Not in your religion, brother.
But yeah, I remember hearing someone say, and I thought this was really good, that life is just about finding interesting things to do before you die. And that's so true. I really, really like that. There's no like great purpose or anything. Just
Very
find
odd.
fun stuff to do.
Very on brand.
What for me?
As usual.
Very on brand.
As usual. I don't have a quote, so I'm just going to muse. And my muse is, it's interesting that professions or jobs that deal with people that don't actually impact the business are always the worst people to deal with. So, in other words, people like airport customs stuff. Like, they don't have to make the customer have a good experience. They're just there to serve a purpose. And they're always the grumpiest people on earth for no reason. Like, you don't need to be intimidating. You don't need to be grumpy. You're just grumpy. It's almost like it's a requirement to be hired for that job to be a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Customs is scary.
Yeah.
It's scary because they're all grumpy.
Yeah.
It's the worst because
gosh.
so every time I go to New Zealand and come back into Australia, because I've got a criminal conviction, but it was for breach of liquor ban.
Yeah,
But it counts as like disorderly behaviour.
sure.
So I have to say that I'm like I have to tick that box every time I come to Australia, and I always get pulled aside. And the last time I got pulled aside, it was by a Kiwi lady, and the way she was speaking to me, she was like, "It's people like you that ruin this place." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! What
You don't
the
even
fuck?"
know what happened.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Yeah,
What have you ever tried just ticking? Probably shouldn't say this on air.
ticking no.
Ticking the other box.
Yeah, I have.
Does
And
it flag?
Yeah, they pull you up straight away. You can't go through.
Wow.
And yeah, because I'm like, nah, but it's the conviction's wiped. It was from when I was 18. They're like, not when you went to Australia. I'm like, all right, relax. I'm sorry. Won't drink in public again.
Wow.
Sorry, I lived here for the last X amount of years, and it's fine for me to go in and out.
Yeah.
I can't believe she said that to
Yeah.
you.
God.
It's the classic Stanford prison experiment.
Mm.
You know what that is?
Nah.
You know what that is?
I think so.
The,
Tell me about
the
it.
Stanford
Yeah.
prison experiment is just where they made like 10 students prisoners and 10 students
Yes.
officers,
Yeah, I watched that.
and
Ah.
like watch how the power just grows and grows and grows with the people who are officers, and they just get meaner and meaner and meaner.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the classic like false perception of power.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird when you think about it, because we're all just people,
Mm.
and these people don't actually have power. They just kind of have the perception of power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true.
Because by rights, you can just be like, I don't want to talk to you. Bring someone else in here.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's like at Bridget's place, the security guard. Fucking hell. Like
Is this the guy that banned Buddy?
Yeah.
he's the snitch, yeah.
Yeah.
Same guy.
But
Same guy.
fuck.
Wait, what?
I reckon he's got it in for him.
Mm.
Yeah, well, look at him. Tattoos, criminal conviction.
Criminal conviction.
He's got dark skin. Like, we're going to band together, brother.
Oh my gosh.
All on the same team.
Oh, the Seki's got dark.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's Cook Islander, so I like
Wait,
keep trying to like.
Seki?
what?
That's how I know CJ's a thug. Got a special name for security guards.
Seki.
Yeah, but same thing here. He thinks he's the fucking law. And I'm like, oh, bro, relax.
Well, he hassled my family as well when they were there.
Really? For
Yeah.
what?
They were waiting out the front because I had the fob to get in, and my brother and his wife and my mum were waiting out there, and he comes up and he's like, "Just visiting, are you?" And they're like, "Yep." And I'm
Yes.
like, "Oh yeah, which room? Oh yeah, what's her name?" And this and that. My brother's like, "Can you just go away?"
What are you going to do if we're not visiting?
Yeah.
Shine your flashlight in our eyes?
Yeah.
No, but he told building management that I was aggressive towards him.
And he wasn't. We tried to bring Poots in. He's like, "You can't have the dog here." And we're like, "Oh, can we just take our food upstairs?" And he's like, "No." And we're like, "Okay." And then we left.
And he said that I was
the
aggressive.
That was the
Wait,
whole
then what?
interaction.
Did they say anything to you?
Yeah, they emailed me about it. No, they called me. That's right. They called me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, no way. So yeah, next interaction, I'm recording it. Because he said I was aggressive. And they're like, I can be fiery. But there was
What, you? No.
but there was zero,
Yeah, there was
zero
none.
malice. Like,
There's none. We just left.
Damn.
yeah, so it's kind of weird.
Hectic as.
But
Power trip.
yeah, I've got a few topics I want to talk about today
Hit it.
in today's episode. I like this podcast, by the way. It's good to be back.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Been
So
ages.
the first topic is that I want to talk about is just nationals coming up.
Yeah.
So we've got APL nationals just around the corner.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And we've all got some lifters competing.
Yes.
We've got a really strong ground zero team that I'm really fucking pumped for.
Let's go.
By the way, have you seen Southside's team name?
Yeah, wasn't it like Southside's Superstars Jacked?
Swole Squad?
Yes, well,
How'd you
squad.
let that pass?
I have no control over it.
You own zero.
I'm just
Did you let that pass?
I'm a pleb.
squad.
So we got a really cool team. We've got, can I say the team?
Yeah.
We got Matt Rodwell.
Yep.
Who's based down in,
Aubrey Wodonga.
Yeah, Aubrey Wodonga.
No,
and
I don't actually know. It's. I think it's Aubrey. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that near Melbourne?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
the border of
That's where
New South
Victoria's
Wales
from.
and yes,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Matt Rodwell, who's fucking, his training is, he's going to blow his total from last year out the water,
Yeah, nice.
which I'm really excited about.
Won worlds overall last year in the classic raw division.
Yeah, and I want to post some of his videos, but he told me not to.
Yeah,
I was like, sweet, that's cool. And he goes, I want it to be a surprise.
He's always been secretive like that. He likes it.
Do you know what's funny though when people say that? It's like when he goes to squat, everyone's going to go, I better change all my attempts. like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the element. I get it though, because I think it's really cool. But I don't understand the element of surprise.
Yeah, Kurt Keogh was the same. He was sending me his videos, and he only ever posts his back downs. And I was like, can I post some of your top sets? He's like, nah, bro, I'm saving it for the comp. I'm like, you're doing the comp either way. Like, you posting this now doesn't actually change the outcome.
That's what I mean. I'm like you're going to be that far ahead. No one's going to go, fuck, I better jump my squat by 70 kilos. So there's Matt Rodwell. There's Tom Bro, you coach him, Jacob Tapp.
Yep.
From Tasmania, trains out of Levithian.
Yep.
That's a really cool gym, by the way.
Amazing. They just got a whole bunch of, I think it's Panada or Panetta, just call it pancetta, gear out of, I think it's Italian, but it's really, really, really fancy schmick equipment.
That's sick.
Like, think of if Prime is like, the gold standard, this brand is like the platinum standard. It's a level up.
Nice.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, very, very well-stocked gym. I would say it's probably the most well-stocked powerlifting strongman gym in Australia.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Unreal. In Tasmania.
Tassie, yeah.
So Jacob Tapp, he's fucking so strong as well.
Yeah.
I reckon him and Rodwell, it'll be close between them to win overall. But they're two different weight classes. Is Jacob Tapp under 75?
No, he's competing in the 82s, but he weighs like 77.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, that's good. So Rodwell's the same, actually. He's a very light under 90.
Yeah.
And then the two girls on the team, we've got Jasmine Tong.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a really good prep so far. A few struggles with bench, but squat and deadlift. We're going to pretty much open heavier than her third attempt from her last comp, which is cool.
Wow. So good.
Deadlift's flying as well. And then who's the other?
Lexi.
Lisa's client?
Lisa coaches her out of Brisbane. Yeah.
Sweet.
Lexi
She's
Semios.
a very strong young lady as well.
Yeah, I think she's a junior lifter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
It is very exciting.
That's that team. The Southside team is looking strong as well. Jessica's on that team.
Freak.
And she's out in front doing her Jessica things. I can't remember who else is on that team. I know Toby's on it. Tristan Sund is a really strong, I hope I'm saying his surname right, really strong lifter from WA. He's part of the junior development squad. And
Is Andrew on?
No. I'm struggling to think of who the third lifter is on that team. The fourth lifter. It's another female because there has to be two. Jen with the big bench.
Oh, yeah. She's a weapon. She's a junior lifter as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. She competed at States here, I think.
Benched 100.
Yeah, really strong.
Is Jessica Kennedy, is she doing nationals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who's on the team.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
if that team does really well, I mean, I coached Toby for 8 years. I coached Jessica. So it's really team Tom Bro.
Remember, so I actually coached Toby for a week. Remember?
Did
Yeah, and then he quit and went with Daniel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when he first moved down here.
Yeah. So I'm claiming that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I put a 3-year guarantee on my gains. So when a client leaves, I own their gains for them. That's how I normally do it. I know Zero Brisbane's bringing in the team, but I'm not 100% sure who's on it. It's too many zeros to remember these days, to remember everyone. But a really strong team. And so Daniel ran the numbers when teams first started submitting, and between the top 3 teams, which is Southside here and I'm not sure what they're calling themselves, but Rouston, their team, the dots collectively, so all 4 dot scores added up, is split by like 2 points across 3 teams, which is ridiculous. That's
awesome.
Stupidly close. But their team is Taylor Robinson, who was a XPA #1 champion superstar. She's come over to APL. She did a comp in B&B, and so now she's doing nationals. Kale Ralston, Chris Thomas, who competed here.
They got a strong team.
And Chris Thomas's numbers are based on what he did here, where there was like lots left in all three of his lifts.
They look like warm-ups, so.
Yeah, and I can't remember who their other female lifter is, but their team is looking strong, and I know they've got more in the tank for their lift. So
just those three there is pretty freaky.
It's going to be close. So the team numbers are going to be interesting to watch. And from like a coaching perspective, we all have to keep an eye on what everyone's scores are doing so we can follow it, and that might then influence our attempts. It's going to be really crazy weekend.
It's going to be so fun.
Crazy third deadlifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last minute changes.
Cal Rustin, he's good for a third deadlift too, eh?
Yeah.
He's good for a Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
So is Chris Thomas. Like Chris Thomas used to have the PA 93 men's deadlift record, and then he coaches Kale, and he coached Kale to eventually take it off him. So that when they're firing on all cylinders, both of them have really good deadlifts.
That's sick.
So that'll be super fun to watch.
Is there anyone you guys are excited to watch at Nationals? Doesn't have to be a zero lifter.
I was going to say Kale. Yeah.
Kale's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
Such a good bloke as well.
I'm not sure if Nick's doing it. Nick, who competed here at States,
Yeah.
he's from Sunshine Coast, a really big deadlift on him as well.
From SimCity?
Yeah, he trains out of SimCity. If he's competing, I love watching that dude lift. He's super strong.
Yeah.
Really excited to see what Jessica can put together. This will be her second proper powerlifting comp, and the first one was without a peak. Excited to watch all of our people, of course.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of zero people competing. What about you, James? Anyone come to mind?
One of my lifters, Angus Roxburgh.
Yeah.
He's had a really good prep. He's going to blow his total out the park again. Same with another one of my clients, Dave, Drum Grumpy.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
So he just squatted 225 before, which is a huge PB.
That's huge.
And it was
like a warm
It was very underwhelming.
Yeah.
Like when he did it, we're all like,
everyone wanted to yell and like, yeah,
It just
went up.
yeah. And his old PB before he started was 200 kilos.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So good. Because it hasn't been long, has it?
No, and he freaks out about the numbers every week because, he's doing triples at numbers that were
PBs,
Yeah, so he's like, wait, you've given this
That's hard.
for me for 3 reps. I'm like, yeah, so? He goes, I haven't done it for 1. I'm like, I never asked that. But that's cool. So he's gonna kill it.
I'm excited as always to watch Paris grind out a 4th attempt deadlift, and she's gonna PB again.
She's put on some weight, so she's
she has,
yes.
she's getting jacked. Yeah.
All right, well, just pause on that for a second. I've got a question for you guys. So because we're no longer affiliated with the IPL, I'm rewriting the rule book. It's what I was doing on the planes back and forth. And I got to that point where 4th attempts come into play. And my vote is that we remove them. I don't particularly like 4th attempts. What do you guys think?
remove. So I don't like them because it means we have to work there longer.
Well, no. Think about that though, right? It's twofold, because if you're a lifter and you're in the next flight and you're ready to go, and the last lifter does a 4th attempt, it adds 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Which if you've timed your warm ups to wait like that perfect sort of 10 to 12 minutes, and then another 6 on top of it, it's like fuck.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do.
That's the political answer. It makes us stay here longer.
But I was about to say, but I do love the atmosphere. And I do love how people get around the sport so much harder. And it's always a memorable moment of each competition.
Yeah.
So for me, as a spectator, as a coach, whatever you want to call it, I love them.
Because at the moment, isn't a 4th attempt if you're going for a record only?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it doesn't add to your total.
Correct.
Yeah.
But then again, with the 6-minute thing, it adds 6 minutes, so it screws up people's warm-ups. I'm like, that's part of the sport. I like that too.
Yeah.
Adds an extra element of
Surprise.
What about the element as a coach
Adaptation.
when you see someone grind out the worst third ever and then they put in a 4th and you're like, you're going to fail it. And then we all sit around for 5 minutes and then they walk out and fail it.
That's a hard thing.
So I feel like there should be a rule in the book that says the only person that can do that is Paris. Paris grinds out openers.
I hear where you're coming from, because like I think of Worlds last year and that old man flight, that old man flight where 3 or 4 of them did 4ths was probably the most exciting part of the competition.
Yeah.
Like it was super cool. However, if you cut that out and just look at them also doing all 3 of their thirds, that was also very exciting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait till the rule book comes out.
Oh, that's
It's up to you, Tom.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's not up to me.
I do like I'm in favour of keeping the 4th attempts in.
Like, how do you weed out the people that like?
Or we only do... sorry.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking, how do you weed out the people that have no business taking one? Like, do you make it so you have to be within a certain percent, like your third attempt had to be within a certain percentage?
That rule's already there.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be within 20 kilos of the record.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so there is a buffer there to stop people doing really stupid ones.
Yeah.
But there's no buffer against actual stupidity.
Yeah, yeah, like, your grind was too hard. We can't, you can't judge that.
Put it this way, any changes that we make, someone's going to be unhappy with it. That's a given. There's always going to be someone that's going to be unhappy. It's just about making it's hard because like when you sit there and look at these rules, and we did a poll of submissions for people to put in some changes, and some of them were just stupid and some of them were actually really helpful. But when you go through and you look at the rules, I have to think from a ref perspective, from a coach perspective, from a lifter perspective, and from a meet director perspective. Like I have to constantly juggle these 4 hats, and a lot of the times 2 of them disagree with each other. Like what's the best for everyone? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about the lifter, but the person running the comp needs to give the lifter the best experience. Like everyone has a bit of input.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to nationals.
Yeah. Who else? Who else is there? Tom Hardy's not doing it this year.
No,
He's prepping for the Zero Pro.
he's doing the pro.
So there's going to be a few people at this comp that are going to want to qualify for the Zero Pro too, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Angus's goal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wants to get but he wants to get into wraps after this.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to work in terms of qualifying for the Zero Pro.
Well, he still just has to hit the minimum dots for whatever division he's going for. Open division, I assume.
Yeah.
Which means he needs what, 400?
Yeah, I think so.
400 dots?
Yeah.
Harris is hoping to qualify too. She
Really?
needs 340.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, a bunch of people will, which will be exciting.
No.
But that's exciting to hear because like that means the Zero Pro is going to fill up, and there's less spots at the pro than at nationals.
Man, it sounds like the Zero Pro. Like people are talking about Zero Pro. Like I love it because people are talking about it like it's pro rule.
Yeah.
Like
so cool.
When you think of big comps, I think we're up next.
Yeah.
The Zero Pro's it.
Yeah.
Like people talk about one strength. People talk about breakdown.
Breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
Breakdown. What the hell? Breakthrough. People talk about pro. I think Zero Pro's it. Like people, and after this one, it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, this is the feeder event, right? This is like the test, and we've got some amazing sponsors on board in the way of Effectus and Bulk Nutrients, and of course Zero Equipment is sponsoring it as well. So if we can make some noise and make this comp unbelievable, we can attract more commercial sponsorship or get our current sponsors, keep them loyal, and hopefully get a bit more money, make the prize money bigger, make the venue better, make everything better. That's the goal with it, is to actually turn it into something mind-blowing, professional, huge, that people want to travel for, want to do. Like next year, I'm hoping to fly out a bunch of Zero lifters from around the place and have people like Colton come over and Kurt Keogh come over and put up massive 1,000+ totals and get people hungry to fly out here and do it.
Because like besides like the Oz Fitness Expo's Pro Raw when it was at the Arnold, when's the last time we've had like a massive production powerlifting competition in Australia? Where like the production's crazy. Like Breakthrough did a really good job. They had like the commentators for
they invested a lot into the live stream. The live stream was pretty unreal. I'm not sure. Probably pre-COVID.
Yeah.
In terms of, because a lot of these meets are great, but they run in gyms.
Yeah.
And I think getting them out of the gym, making them spectator friendly. We've got some exciting stuff that we plan on doing for spectators in the coming years as well to try and make things better. We just got the first Zero combo yesterday, I think, or the day before. I'm calling it the Combo 7. Don't know if I'll get that past all the people to be the official name, but that's what I'm calling it. And that's unreal. And so, the more equipment that we can make, the more that arm of the business can sponsor the business, sponsor the pro and make it bigger and better. I
keep talking about it, but like when I watch Sheffield, I've watched highlights from Sheffield so many times. The production on that was crazy. The content they released, and like I feel like they kind of set the standard for like in terms of spectatorship. Like because like we all know, we've been to comps and they go for a long time. But yeah, when I watched that back, it's fucking unreal. I'm like, fuck, people would actually watch this.
Yeah. It's interesting because I thought that Sheffield might have looked great on TV or on the feed and might have actually been underwhelming in person, like, because they had a venue that held thousands of people. Apparently it was pretty full. Like, people really traveled from around the place to come and watch. There were like 1,700 spectators or someone. I asked someone who was there and they said it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Never seen anything like that for powerlifting. So the more that, you know, people like the organizers of Sheffield, I mean, we're a small fish compared to that, but the more we can continue to push the standard and make it grow, the more commercial sponsorship we can get, the bigger and better powerlifting gets.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. We've got other exciting news. So we've got the combos releasing soon, so keep an eye on social media. You'll see all about that. We're also dropping our app, hopefully next month.
Exciting.
So keep an eye on that. Well, no, this month. It's June already. Jesus. Hoping to drop it by the end of June. So keep an eye on that. I'm not going to say much right now because don't know much right now, but I'll start posting about it pretty soon and dropping some teasers, but also giving some more details of what it actually looks like, how it operates, how you can get your hands on it and get some awesome programming from Zero.
How good. Anything else happening in Zero?
Oh, lots. Wales, we can almost officially announce. I mean, everyone knows it's happening anyway, but we're pretty close to getting some full-on information in terms of dates, locations, all that sort of stuff. Nice. So that's getting very close. Like, I'm hoping to drop. Hopefully, you'll hear about it before you hear this. Like that soon. But let's just say they do things a bit differently in the UK and their legal system, and there's a lot more hoops to jump through. And I'm the weak link because I'm the Aussie. And so me being here has made everything quite a bit slower, and from a legal perspective too. But it looks like we're finally coming towards the end of it. So that's exciting.
Yeah, sick. The next thing I wanted to talk about is how to jump back into training after a holiday. Post-holiday blues. What are you doing, Tom, bro?
Don't know. Didn't go on holiday. I'm calling it a trip. This bothers me when people say, hope the holiday is going well. I'm like, who's on holiday? A, traveling around is hard work, but B, I'm working the whole time as well, so it's double hard work.
Yeah, I feel bad blowing your phone up, a million messages.
Nah, I like it. It makes me feel connected. Like, I would have a worse time away if I didn't know what was going on back here.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I'm sitting there going like, oh, I hope everyone's all right. It makes me nervous when no one's talking to me.
Well, it would have helped that you knew none of us were all right. Like, I had a broken rib, Bridget had a protruding neck.
No, that's good to know. I mean, the easiest way to get back into it after going away is to keep doing stuff while you're away.
Yeah.
Even if you're only scraping by. Like, CJ's probably better to answer this question because by the looks of it, he just ate pork and sat on the beach for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no wrong.
Maybe pushed a cart up a hill. Maybe a motorbike broke down or something.
Push a tricycle up the hill.
Yeah, honestly, if you can do something while you're away, and that doesn't mean you have to find a gym because there's not a gym everywhere. Like, if you can do some bodyweight stuff, some plyo stuff, do some jumping, some bodyweight squats, some lunges, some push-ups, pull-ups, do anything to keep you going. It makes getting back into things so much easier. Like, when you have extended periods of time off, not due to sickness or something out of your control, like when you're healthy and you can do some form of exercise, you have to do so little to keep your muscle and keep your strength. Like, I go by the 83 rule, 80%, three sets or 3 reps. So if you're doing, squat, bench, deadlift, and you do have access to stuff, if you can work up to around 80%, and it doesn't have to be 80% of your max, like 80% effort for 3 reps or 3 sets, something along those lines is just a good target to have. I know that's broad and not to the point, but it doesn't have to be to the point. Just do something that's of relatively decent intensity once or twice a week. You're good.
Nice.
So all I did, we managed to do probably about half, probably the equivalent of 2 sessions a week while we were away. And I just did full body every time.
Nice.
And just push something to a half decent intensity based on how I was feeling on that day, and just tried to do lots of exercise in a very short period of time. And I feel good, like I'm getting trained today normal. I feel good coming back.
Yeah.
So
did you find some, sorry.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, did you find some cool gyms over there?
Let me think. I went to a gym in Turkey. That wasn't very cool. It was really hot.
Yeah.
Like the weather outside was cold, and then this gym felt like standing outside in summer. Like, and no airflow, and lots of people that were like really trying to prove something. It was a weird gym. I don't think I've experienced something like that in a while. Where do we go next? Italy. The gym in Italy, the first gym we went to in Italy was really cool. Really cool. The people, it was in the middle of nowhere. So we got stuck in these floods. Then while we were there, North Italy had these massive floods. And so one night going from city to city, we got caught in these floods and we're trying to find a way around them. And we were in the middle of nowhere. GPS wasn't really working. So like a 2-hour trip took us like 5.5 hours. We ended up at our place eventually, which was in the middle of nowhere. And they had this cool little gym that was just full of hammer strength stuff. And no one could speak English. And it was just heaps fun. Just a fun, cool little gym. I'm trying to think of where we trained in another place in Italy, but I can't remember where. Might have been Rome or something.
Is it Desert Barbell?
No, that was in Dubai. That was at the very end. That's a crazy cool gym. So Daniel Edwards is a coach out of there, and he got coached by me for years. We coached him to a 400 kilo dead squat, and he did the coach development system. He just recently did the nutrition course as well. They have a really, really cool gym. It's powerlifting, weightlifting. It's the only thing like that pretty much in that area. As in like the Emirates, it's the only like full-blown powerlifting gym, and they kill it. They're just super nice, friendly, cool people. So shout out to the owners there who got to meet both of them. Got to meet Daniel for the first time, and after working with him for years, love that gym. Yeah.
That's sick. And you said there were some freaks there, eh?
Yeah. And yeah, so we went to a gym in Barcelona, and it had full Alico kit, but not like powerlifting stuff, like all their power acts and stuff like that. But they had like 5 of those wooden sticks. So I posted a little thing on my story. It was just funny to see. I really genuinely didn't believe anyone would be silly enough to buy them, but apparently there's people out there who are willing to buy them.
Do you reckon even the people at Alico, they've just made them as a piss take?
I don't know. They're not meant to be broomsticks. They're for teaching kids how to snatch.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they call it a technique bar. You know, when you go to, they usually use like PVC pipes. It's just for that.
Yeah.
It's teaching kids how to warm up to snatch. Not even kids, just anyone really.
Yeah, right. What was I going to say?
We were talking about getting back into it after you've been away. Assuming that you can do something when you're away, normally what I prescribe is like, CJ did it. He did it on his story. It's just a pretty standard like deload week. I just call it a reload. It's just a light week to get back into things, give you an idea of where you're at so you know how to plan your training from there. If you've been off for a while, like more than say a month, then you might do 2 or 3 of them or a whole block of them, just slowly increasing the weight and getting the feel of things again. If you've not been able to do anything, it's pretty much the same strategy. Come in and do a really light week, really low volume, really light everything, get moving, get all the DOMs and feeling like shit out of the way. Then do a moderate week where you sort of get an idea of where you're at, use that information to then do your next block.
Nice. So do you reckon, so this week you're kind of doing a reload or whatever you want to call it, like an easy to moderate intensity and volume, whatever. And then what's program going to look like for you after that?
I'm going to do another block of what I did before I went away. So before I went away, I was cutting to try and get a little bit leaner for Benny's wedding and then just the trip in general. I knew I was going to eat way too much, basically live off cheese and bread for 4 weeks, which is essentially what I've done. And now I'm like a walking jelly bean. So
sounds amazing.
Getting to another 5 weeks. Sounds amazing. I don't know. I feel like I was living your dream, and I feel like your dream is a nightmare.
Legit. I remember Bridget bought this fancy ass cheese.
You've already spoken about this cheese.
Yeah, it was the worst. It felt like I had zone smelling salts in my mouth for the whole night.
That was like right on the edge of needing to be thrown away, but it still was amazing.
That was fucked.
It was yummy.
Disgusting. It was yum, but like weird.
Yeah, no, I can see how if you are, very into wine and other aged stinky things, how much you would love it. But I don't drink wine and I don't really eat cheese.
It's an acquired taste. I hated it at the beginning.
Yeah.
I love it.
Refined palate.
So did you drink any wine over there?
I had a sip of wine at Jordan's wedding because I figured it would be fancy. And I figured that if it's fancier, it might not taste like jet fuel, but I was wrong. So, no, I didn't really. I don't know. I drink Coke Zero because I like the taste of it, and I don't like the taste of alcohol. So, and because I've never been drunk, I've never had that buzz. There's nothing for me to chase.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Bridget, what does training look like for you? Because you're kind of bouncing back from an injury.
I just put my focus into like my accessories, and so it doesn't get boring, I give myself a goal. So what I've been doing, for example, is with my Bulgarians. I've been trying to hit a bodyweight Bulgarian. I'm almost there.
Nice.
Very, very close. But yeah, because I haven't been doing SBD, I just give myself other training goals. I've got other clients who are sort of going through injuries as well, and they're getting a little bit disheartened, a little bit unmotivated. And so I've just said, look, pick one accessory each week that you want to push really hard and put all your focus into that. Yeah, so you don't fall off the wagon.
Yeah, nice.
It makes you fall back in love with aspects of training that you don't realize you've either neglected or missed.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Like going hard on accessories is always like I remember when I lost all that weight. No, not even then. After whatever the last big powerlifting comp I did, Pro Raw. After I tore my adductor and then did deadlift only at Pro Raw, I was like, I'm just doing machine stuff and dumbbell stuff as well. And then when I got back into prepping for that equipped comp, all my accessory work was so much better quality, like better intensity, pushing harder, faster training sessions, because I'd fallen back in love with that.
Yeah.
It's so valuable for your training as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of doing the same thing now. I've been doing like little bodybuilding sessions. There's not much I can do just because of my ribs, and it hurts like when I brace or pull my shoulders back. So I'm really careful, but it's kind of made me enjoy like the, when you're really meticulous about your technique and the little 1%ers, like, because everything's so light, I have to be really focused on what I'm doing. So it's kind of made me really, so once I'm back, that's what I want to do, just more bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah, sick.
Because I haven't really lifted, I've maybe done a handful of sessions in the last 4 months or something. Only because when I started jiu-jitsu, it really fucking hurts your hands. Yeah.
Just grabbing geese all the time. And
So like it made lifting really painful, and because I've had such shitty shoulders, like obviously my elbows would hurt from jiu-jitsu, and then lifting was sucked. So it's been good
Sorry to interrupt, but is that something you'll get conditioned to after a while? Like the hand?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But now like, I guess I've been doing jiu-jitsu maybe 6 months. I'm a little bit less spazzy, so I don't go as hard. I don't grip as hard as I can. So I'm understanding how to do it a little bit better, even though I still suck. So, I think that's going to be the combo moving forward, just bodybuilding training and jiu-jitsu, and try slipping a run in there if I can.
Stuff like that, like your rib is going to tell you how much extra movement you do in exercises as well. It's going to really teach you, like if you're doing isolated arm stuff, you can fuck up your arms way harder if everything's stable and controlled. And so if you get a little bit of body English, your body's going to be like, hey, and let you know about it. So it's going to make you think more about your positions and stuff once you're healthy. It's
made me realize how bad my shoulder mobility is as well. Like, because I'm trying to keep my core nice and rigid because I can't go into extension.
Can't stick it out.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, my shoulders suck. So that's something I'm going to work really hard on as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we've been saying that for since day one.
Every time I quit powerlifting, it's because my shoulders are shit. And then I get back into it, I'm like, the shoulders suck.
It's just the work to do to get them better sucks. So boring.
Yeah.
So tedious.
It sounds so silly because I know it works, but I've watched people like Tom Hardy, and I look at his squat now, his high bar squats, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all that work he's put in has finally paid off, and I'm like, okay, I just need to fucking...
Which is like 2 or 3 years worth. Like, it's just consistent, boring effort.
Yeah, but when I look at his high bar stuff or his squats, whatever, I'm like, fuck, that is looking so much better. But yeah, so that's me.
Right. Did you have any disgusting questions or anything to finish off with?
What, you got one, Bridget?
No, I was excited for this part of the podcast.
Nah, I just wanted to, get the gang back together, get the ball rolling, and this was a really good potty, so don't want to...
It was fun.
Don't want to leave it there.
I got an Italian flavored question. Pizza or pasta?
Pasta. Pasta, yeah.
Why? Explain.
I don't know. Pizza gets old for me very quickly.
Have you ever had pizza in Italy?
No, I mean, jeez.
It's all right. Maybe I asked the wrong
Where did
question
that
for the
come from?
podcast. I'm kidding.
But yeah, whereas like, yeah, I like things like carbonara and things like that.
You're going to be one of those guys now, when someone offers you pizza. It's really hard for me to enjoy pizza because in Italy...
I've had it in Rome and yeah.
You know the irony though is like this is my second time being to Italy. I did pretty much the same road trip in 2013. Pizza is not the same.
Yeah.
Like it's not when you hear pizza, what you think of is not the same at all. Pasta is the same, pretty much. Like if you go to an Italian restaurant and they're good at pasta, the only difference is meat. Like very few dishes have meat over there. But because I don't like pizza here, or I'm not a pizza guy, like it would be low on the choice list. But over there is a different story.
What's it like? How is it different?
It's just different. Like it's not a
Like better?
It's not a perfect circle like cut into eight
no, they're
perfect
the best. They're the
slices.
best kind of pizzas.
It's just like messy and like you see the guy hand rolling the dough and putting it in an actual wood fired oven and all that. But very limited, like in terms of
toppings.
Yeah, very plain.
Mm-hmm.
Very plain, very
The best pizza I ever had was in Paris, and it literally had like the pizza sauce, and then it had ham and cheese, and then after they baked it, they put fresh rocket lettuce on top, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it was the best pizza ever.
Yeah. Very rarely do you see menus with pizza with more than like 3 ingredients.
I'm gonna say I like pasta more because I feel like with pizza, I have once you've eaten the whole pizza, you're still not satisfied. Well, I'm not full. Do you guys get that?
Nah.
Nah? Yeah, you don't. And then I just feel like a fucking big grease ball once I've had a whole pizza. I'm like, and I don't know.
No, I really like pasta. Yeah.
If we're talking like the best pizza you can get and the best pasta you can get, I'd have to go pizza. I just love pizza.
I'm going to get a pasta as well.
It's one of those dishes though that's you can have a really shit pizza and it's still really good. And you can have a really good pizza that's really good. You know, like you can't have like a shit
Pasta's shit.
Yeah, and like CJ, like if you have a shit adobo, it's fucking horrible. But if you have a really good one, it's really good. But like pizza, you can kind of have a shit one.
You
and
can get away with it.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Does.
Yeah.
Kind
It
of,
definitely does.
Yeah.
I feel ya. And if you have like a big dish of pasta, it gets very same very quick.
Yeah. Bridget reckons pizza in America, supermarket pizza's fucking...
They're so good. You just go and buy like $1 frozen pizza in America and it's better than something that you get over here.
Nice.
I went to this, I can't remember the name of the supermarket in America, and they had 5 aisles for just frozen pizza.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Whoa.
America's insane.
Only pizza I've had in America is like Chicago deep dish.
Yeah, I had that. I had that.
Is that the best, Chicago style pizza the best in America?
No, I like thin.
You will
thin crust.
offend people. You will
So
offend people.
Who does thin? Boston?
New York.
New York, sorry,
They
New York,
do
sorry.
like the ones that you can fold, but I like a crispy sort of a crust. And I got this one. It was in Wisconsin of all places, and it was the best pizza. It just had pepperoni, sausage, and green olives. And
Who
cheese.
does the square
It's amazing.
pizzas in America?
Oh, that's
Is
Yeah,
that
I know what
Boston?
you're talking about. Yeah, it might be.
Didn't even
It
know
might
people
be.
did square pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's cold.
Yeah. And it's a thin crust too. Yeah.
Is that a Massachusetts thing? Boston thing?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Massachusetts. It's square and it's kind of doughy. Like it's a deep pan.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of the
it's like a
same one then.
rectangle and it's a deep pan. And then the Chicago pizza is like a pie.
Yeah.
Oh, Zero food reviews coming soon.
So good.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty much us.
All right.
Thanks for
Nice.
tuning in. Good to have you back, Tom Bro and CJ.
Hit 5 stars. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, @zero_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.